Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to day 7, the final day of our 7-day self-love yoga challenge. My name is Jonnique. Today's theme is acceptance, and we will be moving through a cozy, restorative flow. So let go of any expectations or worry and just simply allow yourself the moment to rest. Grab a couple of pillows, a cozy blanket, put on your most favorite, most cozy outfit. Get cozy with whatever else you need. Maybe set the mood, turn down the lights, and let's begin. So coming into a supported child's pose, grabbing your pillows. I'm going to use my bolster here. If you have one, go ahead and grab it and place it at the top of your mat. Turning around to come into a tabletop briefly, and bring the knees as wide as the mat or a bit wider than hip distance. Bring the big toes to touch. Sit back towards the heels. Bring your bolster or pillow up close to your hips, and then lie down for a supported child's pose. Slowly start to lift up. Bring the hands to the mat, pressing up into a seat. Rest your bolster or pillows off to the side for a moment. Start to crawl forward, coming onto the belly. Lower all the way down. Coming into shoulder hinge stretch. Stretch your left hand out long. Use your right hand to push yourself onto your left side, and then send your right foot behind you like a kickstand. Now the right heel will come closer to the hip, and you can rest your head down on the mat or grab your block or pillow and rest your head on the block. Feel free to keep the right hand down on the mat or bring it behind you in a bind. Should feel a lovely stretch in the shoulder here, and a little bit in the right side body. Slowly start to take yourself onto your belly and release that shoulder hinge from one side. Coming into the shoulder hinge stretch on the other side, stretching your right hand out this time. Pushing with your left hand onto your right side. Bring that pillow or block underneath your head if necessary. Bring the left heel close to the hip so that the knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. And the left hand can come behind you in a bind if it feels good. Slowly rolling back onto your tummy, removing the pillow off to the side. And coming into a half frog, slide the right knee up to a 90-degree angle. Lift up just a little bit with the heart and thread the left arm underneath the right arm, twisting over to the side to open up for a supine twist. You have the option here to bring your pillow or bolster underneath your right knee for a supported supine twist. Closing down the eyes and taking a rest here. Enjoy the stretch in your lower back. Slowly start to make your way back over to your tummy, removing the bolster or pillow for a moment. Bring that right leg back down straight along the mat. And then come into that half frog on the other side. Right knee comes up or slides up into a 90-degree angle, lifting up just slightly so you can thread the right arm underneath the left, open up and twist over to the left side. Coming into that supine twist, left knee will be either on the ground, on the mat, Or you can bring your bolster or pillow underneath that left knee for additional support. Your arms will be out to a T. And just close the eyes or soften the gaze here. Settling in to this resting pose. Feeling that nice stretch in the lower left side of your back. Maybe turning the gaze towards the left side. Slowly start to make your way back onto your tummy. Set the bolster off to the side for a moment. Come into a brief Sphinx pose here as you bring the hands alongside the chest. Hug the ribs with the elbows. Take an inhale to lift up into Cobra. And exhale here. Staying here for a few more breaths, stretching into the core muscles, stretching into the belly, stretching also into the tops of the thighs. Maybe you lean over to the right as you gaze over to the left. Maybe you take that lean over to the left as you gaze to the right. Taking whatever you need to find those stretches in the side body and the tops of the thighs. And taking one last big inhale here. And exhale. Coming up into a tabletop. Wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders. Knees are stacked underneath the hips and are hip distance apart. Tucking the tailbone for that neutral spine. Long line in the spine. Take an inhale in tabletop. And exhale. On your next inhale, bring that right knee forward and send it out to the edge of the mat, just past the right wrist. Slide that left knee back all the way, coming into a pigeon pose here. So the objective is to keep the hips square to the mat. If you find yourself falling over onto your right hip, grab a pillow and prop it underneath the right hip for that extra support. Now take a breath here, grab your pillow, grab another pillow if you can, or if you need to. Bring it in front of you like we did in child's pose, and take your inhale. Exhale as you walk the hands forward, folding over the pillow or bolster. Maybe you bring your hands folded on top of the other, and then rest your head. Slowly start to lift up. Bring the hands to the mat, pressing up and walking the hands back towards you. Set the pillow or bolster off to the side. Tuck the left toes. Start to bring the left knee back towards the front of the mat as you send the right foot behind you, coming into tabletop. Neutral spine. Inhaling here and exhaling. Inhale. And on your next exhale, bringing that left knee forward and out to the edge of the mat. Slide the right knee all the way back to your comfort. And one side always feels differently than the other. Remember to keep the hips square to the mat. Bring a pillow in front of you and start to lower down for your pigeon. Slowly start to lift up, coming up out of your pigeon. Set the pillow or bolster off to the side. Tuck the right toes, bring that knee forward, and then send the left foot back. Find that tabletop. Coming forward, sitting over to one side as you bring your legs forward. Coming to lie on the back. Grab your bolster or pillow. Maybe stack a couple pillows if possible. And bring it up close to your hip behind you. As we come into a supported fish pose, start to lie back all the way back onto your pillow or bolster. And then bring the elbows to the mat, hugging the bolster with your arms, hands or palms facing down. Relax the feet, relax the shoulders. Take an inhale and exhale. Let it all go. Take this moment to just simply rest and accept everything for what it is right now. your next inhale, slowly start to lift up, coming out of supported fish, and then making your way to your final pose, supported Shavasana. So bringing the bolster or pillow underneath the knees. And then maybe you grab your cozy blanket, open it up, spread it out over your legs, lie down onto your back. If you need to make any adjustments, take the time to do that now. Melt the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the shoulder blades together. Let the arms rest along your side, palms facing up. Take a big belly breath in. And slowly exhale. Let relaxation flow throughout your entire body. Let everything go. Feel free to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like. You can stop the video or pause the video, or just let it play through. Or if you feel ready, start to bring movement in the fingers and toes, in the wrists and ankles. Maybe take a long stretch, arms up overhead. And start to slowly make your way to one side, removing your bolster or pillow from underneath your thighs or your legs. Slowly prop your way up into a seat, keeping your blanket with you, keeping your eyes low or closed as you arrive. Taking a big inhale, sweep those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring palms together at heart center. Take this next moment to set an intention. How would you like to move forward with self-love? Maybe you can imagine yourself moving through your life each day, moving through your routines, and what it might feel like to apply self-love as you continue through those routines. Take a big breath, breathe in that intention, and let go with a sigh of everything else. Finding gratitude for you showing up for yourself on this last day of the challenge. Accepting who you are fully and completely. The light in me honors the light in you, and I thank you so much for joining me through this entire challenge, for sticking through this week. You did it. You are awesome, and you got a nice gift of rest today. I hope that joy and peace and love continues to follow with you through the entire rest of your day and evening. Be well and stay cozy.